We start with a developing story Friday in Brooklyn Park. Police arrested a suspect who they believe sexually assaulted a 6-year-old child. The child's family told police the assault happened Wednesday night at Willowstone Park. The family was having a party when they noticed the child went missing and was seen leaving a portable restroom with an unknown man. CCX News is learning more details about the suspect, who we are told lives near the park. Formal charges are expected on Tuesday. The city of Plymouth has experienced struggles in trying to lure more affordable housing to the city. Earlier this month, city leaders announced that a plan for affordable housing at the shuttered Four Seasons Mall fell through. The city council voted to purchase the property itself to sell to a developer for a project that's yet to be determined. City leaders indicated how difficult it is for developers to obtain state financing to build affordable housing in the city. But there is one project that came together in Plymouth. As Yang reports, it's a development that took nearly a decade to come to fruition.
Sometimes new beginnings are muddy grounds and piles of dirt.
Cranberry Ridge, it's unfortunately taken so many years to make it happen.
Lee Blons is the CEO and president of Beacon Interfaith Housing Collaborative. The nonprofit works to build affordable housing, including this project in Plymouth, near Highway 55 and Peony Lane.
And one of the things we really want to emphasize, it's high quality housing. And so it doesn't cost, because it's affordable, doesn't make it cheap housing.
The new Cranberry Ridge complex will have underground parking, a fitness center, and a youth and adult program space.
Blonde says the apartment complex will feature 45 homes for families earning less than $51,000 a year for a family of 4. 12 of those homes will be for families earning less than $31,000.
For a 3-bedroom unit, the cost would be less than $1,200. Partners of Beacon say the development comes at a crucial time as families across the metro face housing obstacles.
At Interfaith, we see every day, really, the struggles that are created by this housing market and also the lower wages.
Interfaith Outreach serves about 2,000 families a year. Over half of those families have income at the poverty level.
In many ways, it really supports their success.
Interfaith Outreach will embed 2 services at Cranberry Ridge. They'll have a social worker and a neighborhood program to help residents become successful.
The housing that Lee described is really intended to serve those families in a way that they can afford.
Now that the wait to start construction is over, community partners look forward to celebrating again in a year for the grand opening.
We are so looking forward to this coming to life and meeting the families who will be here.
In Plymouth, Yang, CCX News.
There's a new venue in Brooklyn Park described as a place to celebrate international culture and music. Oro Lounge has opened on Brookdale Drive at the site of a former Elks Lodge. The City Council this past week approved a full liquor license for the venue. It also approved new operating hours, which will be 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. Sunday through Thursday and open until 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. The owner, who is originally from Togo in West Africa, sees it as a place to hold celebrations for diverse communities.
We're going to offer special dishes from Liberia, from West Africa. We have the best chicken wings here in this restaurant. Anybody is welcome to try it.
The facility can also be rented out for a wide variety of events. It's currently undergoing construction on an upper floor level for added space. Improvements to the New Hope Public Works facility are expected to begin in June. The City Council approved a contract for the first round of improvements that will include new security cameras and gates, a new soil storage building, parking lot improvements, and upgrades inside the building. The project will be split in phases to avoid bonding. The total estimated cost is more than $2.5 million, and it's expected to be finished up this fall. There's a new exhibit that includes both art and art history. Neil Persley shows us what it's all about in today's Weekend Showcase.
We have contemporary realism work from the Atelier. The Atelier is a school in Minneapolis here, founded by native Minnesotan Richard Lack.
While Richard Lack founded the Atelier School, he himself was influenced by Robert Hale Ives Gamble. Lack studied with Gamble during the early and mid-50s. It was Lack primarily, along with his mentor Gamble, who are credited with establishing classical realism.
The majority of the exhibition is work by current students and instructors of the school, which is yet active in Minneapolis. But we have some historical works as well. An example of a study for a mural by Gamble, and then this stunning piece, The Revelation of St. John by Richard Lack.
Classical realism is characterized by love for the visible world and a preference for order, beauty, harmony, and completeness.
You'll notice a great sense of light throughout all of the works, a great attention to observing from life and rendering naturalistic details.
Fantasy works are not beyond the scope of classical realists and seek to convey light and appearance as they would truly appear if they were seen.
Even the fantastical works have a grounding in observation and a sense of realism.
If you happen to make it out to the Fine Arts Building during what wasn't the Minnesota State Fair last year, you may remember this stunning work by Andy Paul Sedin. If not, you have the opportunity to see it here now. The paintings all exhibit a high degree of skill and discipline, as well as a keen eye and a sense of the artist knowing exactly what he was endeavoring to capture. Contemporary realism will be up through June 19th. In Hopkins, Neil Persley, CCX News.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. The Wayzata and Maple Grove boys tennis teams have had strong seasons this spring. They met up for the Section 5AA title Friday. Jason Malillo has the highlights.
The top-ranked Trojans hosting the Crimson for the 5AA championship. One singles, Wayzata's Colin Badoon crushes an ace serve. Watson Sherd serving for MG at number 1, and Badoon gets the backhand return winner. He takes the match 6-3, 6-1. One doubles, a nice serve by Wayzata's Jae-Ho Hong, and then his forehand sets up the smash winner for Jack Beaumier. A pretty good rally here is finished with a backhand winner by Grove's Ryan Reed, but it's Hong and Beaumier taking the match in straight sets, 6-3, 6-1. Two singles, Calvin Kiefer for Grove, Brad Hagan for Wayzata. Kiefer rips a nice forehand for the point. But Hagan is in control most of the way. The forehand here is good just inside the baseline, and he wins in straight sets. Two doubles, Eli Knockin serves for Maple Grove. Carter Sherd punches the volley winner. Later, Sherd trades shots with Tanae Pangalori until Aaron Badoon snaps the winner for the Trojans, but MG would win the match. Another entertaining match at three singles. Darren Akina gets the smash winner for Wayzata. Jaden Litt comes back with a really nice passing shot for the Crimson on his way to a straight set win. But it's Wayzata taking the title with a 5-2 victory. The Trojans are the Section 5 AA champions. Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
Thanks, Jason. The lacrosse playoffs get started in the week ahead. Two local teams who are hoping to build momentum for the postseason met up, and Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
Breck visits Hopkins on a rainy evening for boys lacrosse Thursday. After a scoreless first quarter, Breck's Charlie Ricks on the move up the left side fires the shot home. The Mustangs take a 1-0 lead 38 seconds into the second quarter. Working from behind the net, Cormac O'Neill gets to an angle he can shoot from and buries it as Breck goes up 2-0 on the Royals. Good quick passing leads to another Breck goal. Ricks lets it fly and hits the net for a 3-0 lead with 1:30 left in the first half. It's 4-0 Mustangs at halftime. They get some big saves too. Kevin Muncy stops the point-blank Royals shot here. Will Potter has room to run, and he finds O'Neill for the shot and goal. Breck leads 8-1 after 3, and they win 11-4. Section 5 play for both teams begins Tuesday. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Memorial Day weekend marks the beginning of bass fishing season in Minnesota. Here's Hall of Fame fisherman Terry Tuma with his first tip of the summer.
Welcome to another season of fishing tips right here on CCX Media. And it's great to again visit with you once again, which we have done for so many years, with a lot of feedback from the viewers. And what we're going to talk about today is with the opener of bass, the official opener that is coming up this Saturday, we're going to talk, and I've had some questions. How are you going to open up? What are you going to use? Well, first of all, we have to understand that with the bass movement, are they going to be in the post spawn or the spawn? And generally speaking, I'm going to have to really venture to guess they're all going to be in the post spawn, depending at exactly where they're at. Are they at the front part of that post spawn or the back part of that post spawn? If they're in that front part, neutral negative fish. If they're towards the back end, starting before pre-summer, then we're going to see the feeding bags starting to really put on. Sure, up north, they may be in the spawn period. But one of the best way that I'm going to start with is, of course, using crankbaits. Very, very productive, a little bit more for aggressive fish. If this is not producing fish, then I'm going to switch to plastic, either Texas rig or wacky worm. And of course, we all know that the spinnerbait works very well, but so many times if you look at some of the bass anglers, they're going to be throwing spinnerbait. So I really try to stay away from that and use something that's going to be a little bit more or a little bit different. But it's going to be a wonderful opener. Have a great season of fishing, and please release some of those fish.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.